Hello, good evening, and welcome to the JavaScript Zero to Hero course. And today is our last session, and we are going to make a really good game. And let me start this game first. So, in this game, we have to guess a number between 1 to 20, and it's going to tell you how lucky you are. I found this game online, and I just wanted to recreate it. So, just thought it's going to be a very good project to show you how actually things works and how we can design some products and all. So okay, let's start guessing. So let me guess a number like 4. So it's going to tell me that my number is too high. That means the actual number is lesser than 4. Okay, then let's go with 0, and it's saying 2 less. Okay, then I just know that number is between 0 to 4. Let's go with 2. Okay, it's not the correct number. Let's go with 3. And here we just won the game. And here we got our score of 17. And after finishing the game, we are also going to set our high score. And also we are going to make the, if possible, if time allows, we are going to make the functionality of playing again. Okay, so this is our project that we are going to build today. And I hope you are going to love today's session, that because you are going to make something useful. So here is my code, and this is simple JavaScript and CSS, and I hope you understand JavaScript and CSS, although it's not necessary that you know about the HTML, JavaScript, CSS basically, sorry. So before starting, just let me tell you about single concept. That concept is, what if I want to access some of the things from our browser, from my HTML page, okay? Like I want to access this, how lucky you are, and change it value. Okay, I just want to change the value of this particular text, how lucky you are. So how I'm gonna do that? For that, you just have to go to your HTML and look for the text that you want to change. So here is my text that I want to change. Then assign it a class. It's going to be same as your CSS class, and I'm going to name it title. So title is the class of this particular text here, and I just have to save it. Then what I have to do in my JavaScript code, just write this particular syntax: document dot query selector. So it's basically a syntax, and in the parenthesis, just write the name of your class starting with a dot. So our class name was title. Now this line of code, this statement has just given us the access to that particular tag, or what we can say, basically, to where it is, to this particular HTML tag. Now we can change it to anything. Like I can modify it to something of my liking, like by using inner HTML, and I can just make it anything, and let's see what happens. Let me refresh the page. Let me save it first. Okay, here we have just saved it, and refresh. Okay, sorry, it's a different project. Okay, first we have to go live. Okay, I'm just live here now. Okay, now you can see it's hello world. So we just recently changed our like a thing in our HTML file by using query selector, document.query selector, and by using this and all the concept that we have learned so far, we are going to make that particular game. And you can also use text content here. Anyways, there are multiple things to modify a thing. So here it's going to give us same result, and I can make it anything, like hello world instead of hello world. So let me write, it's a lucky day, okay, for me. Let me save it, and you see we got our output as it's a lucky day for me. So this is how we are actually going to access the HTML DOM. Okay, so what is DOM actually? DOM is everything in this HTML page in a nutshell. Everything like this meta tag and these all things are called document object model. For your don't be intimidated about these things, that these concepts are will require you to join our complete course. But just for now, let me console.log document, and let's see what we get in our output. Let me close this, and let's just go live once again. Okay, so here we are, and let me just check our console, and we got a document. And here you can see, just focus here. Here you can see that it's our complete HTML document page. Like it have also a head tag, okay, but body is also here, and it also includes the tag that we were changing inside the main left section, or where it is. I think it's in the center section, left section. Okay, so here is the input, and also in the header we got number. Everything in this page we can access through using document. And what document is? It's actually DOM, and DOM stands for document object model. And basically it's just, we have converted everything, every tag of the HTML page into a format that JavaScript can understand. That's all. And let me focus to our title. Where it is? I can't see it. Where is the title? Maybe it's no, not here. We have to look for it. Okay, just right click over here and inspect the element, and we can access it. Okay, so
Excuse me, sir.
yes.
Sorry to interrupt you, but can you please increase the font size?
Okay, okay, sure, sure. Mm-mm-mm. So let me just increase my font size. I think it's enough. Okay, I hope it's visible to you. Okay, so we have just understood about the document, and document is just everything in our HTML page. And by using this document, we can select anything, any particular tag, by using document.query selector. And what we have to do, we just have to mention the class name here. Here we have to mention the class name. Let me remove this. Okay, just mention your class name like a string, and for that just start with dot operator. Basically start with the dot. And we can also access anything from our DOM by using IDs. I hope you know the IDs concept, so let me make it id title. Okay, so to access object, basically a HTML tag, we have to use hash and name of the ID. Okay, in the case of class just use dot, and in the case of like ID you can use hash. And we also have some more ways to access, like we have access to get element by ID. Here we just have to write the name of ID. Okay, no hash operator. So that's enough to make our project working. So for that, first thing what we need to do, for that we have to generate a random function. Okay, let's generate a random function, and we are going to call it lucky number. And for that I'm using this particular syntax. And what this actually means, math.random. Math.random is a function that is provided by the JavaScript, and that number is going to generate a number between 0 and 1, a random number between 0 and 1. But we want a random number between 0 and 20, so we are going to just multiply it by 20. So like if the number is 1, then 1 multiplied by 20 is going to be 20. If the number is 0.5, then 0.5 multiplied by 20 is going to be 10. Simple maths. But there is also problem that it's going to be with a lot of decimal place. Let me show you an example. Let me show you what is lucky number we are getting here. So let me just console log it. And here you can see we got a number 12, and there is a lot of decimal place here. So remove that decimal place. We are going to use another math function that is provided by the JavaScript, and that is math.floor. So it's going to remove everything after the decimal point. So okay, so it's just going to remove everything after the decimal point, and we can just check it by logging it. And now we got a lucky number of 7 without decimal point. So that's the only part that we have to that I have told about you in previous session. So these are the functions that are provided by the JavaScript, and these are functions just to perform some math operations. So just memorize this, generate a random number. Now we have to take in like we have to get the input from the user. And how we are going to get this? We are going to use a document selector for that. And what we are going to do, like input, user input, this is the second thing. And we could just have gone for the prompt, but this time we are using like whole document page, matlab HTML page. So we should use something that resembles like something that we can get the basically thing by using our document. So first we need to grab that particular input field, and just for that go to our HTML page and look for the HTML field that we want to grab it. So user is going to give his or her input in this field. We have to just know the class of this input field, so just look for it. And I think the class name is guess. Okay, so guess is the class name. So let me grab that query selector and name of that particular input field, that is guess. And by this we have got access of this particular input field where it is. So okay, so this particular input field, so we got access of this field. Or to get the value that is present in this field, we are just going to use dot value. By using this we can get the access of the value that anything that is gonna enter. And just to check, just let me console.log here, and let's see. Okay, okay, first we have to print basically to enter a number, then restart. Okay, by this we are going to get the access. I'm going to show you this in 5 minutes. Okay, get the value from the user. Then we have to perform some actions when this particular button is clicked. Which button? This check button. So again, just grab that button. For that, const button equals to, and what is the name of that button? Class name of that button, let me see, it's check here. So look for check. Okay, so this, and its class is a button and its ID is checked. So we are going to grab that this time by ID. It's not necessary, I'm just trying to make you understand every type of possible things. And here we just got the access of that button, but now we have to perform some action when this button is clicked. For that, okay, for that we have to set a event listener. And don't worry, I'm going to make you understand everything. So what this actually means, don't let me close this. Okay, so here we got, so until this we have just grabbed the button. Okay, just let me remove this for now. and and on the action, like every action we have we can perform on a web page, it is called an event. Like my selecting this particular text is an event, clicking on this field is an event, clicking on this button is event. So these are the event, and to manage that event we have to set a event on that particular tag. Okay, so now we have just grabbed the button element from the HTML. Now we have to set a event listener. So for that, just do add event listener. Okay, by this function we are just going to get going to set a event listener on that particular button. And what, and it's accepts parameter, and its first parameter is what kind of event you want to check for. And we are going to check for the click event. And don't worry about these are some predefined event list, and you can always go on internet to know about these. But anyways, you can just visit our full course, there you will get to know about each and every event. But right now we just want to perform action on the click event. And also you can just do control space. I don't think my VS Code is showing answer. Okay, and the second parameter is a function. Basically it's a function that is going to be executed when the button is clicked. Okay, so till this line, on this line basically we have selected the button tag element from our HTML. And after that we have started a listener for that button, and the listener is for the click event. And after that, whenever the click is going to be happened, we are going to start a function, we are going to execute a function, and that function is our second parameter. For that, just write function. And to make things easier, we are going to define our function separately. So on I'm going to name this function on click. Okay, and equals to function. Okay, so we just got we have just made a function, and you just have to pass the function here. Now here we can use this function to perform some actions. Okay, now I'm just going to use this thing inside this function. Like I'm going to, whenever the user is going to click on that particular button, I'm going to execute a function that is on click function. Right now we have just named it on click function, and this function is going to perform basically what, it's going to grab that particular input field and pick out its value from it. By using this, we have just till here we have just grabbed that particular input field, and by performing dot value we just got its value. For that, let me just make a console log it the user value. Okay, user input value. Let's see what we are getting. Okay, so till now, what we have done, we have just set a event listener on this button click, and we have just uh, let me see. I think I have misspelled the name. Where is the, okay, okay, it's hash here. We are X. Okay, now event listener. I think I have misspelled the name of this button. Where is the button? Let me see. Okay, so ID is check. Okay, it's not button, it's check. That's why it was giving out. Okay, so let me enter 12. And here we got user input is 12. Okay, so whenever I am inputting anything, I'm just getting output of the input. Okay, so this is how actually we take uh, input from the user. So we just got 45 here. Anything that I have going to in like submit in this input field, whenever I'm going to click on this button, the button is going to run a function, and that function is going to grab that particular input field, this field for now, this field, and it's going to take out the value that was inside it, and it's going to store this value in this variable that is input field. Now for good, now what we can do, we have to just match if the user input value and the lucky number are same or not. And for that, what we are going to do, we are just going to do if, our if lucky number is equals to user input, and if the lucky number and user input are equal, we are just going to alert you guessed the correct number for now. Okay, and right now I'm going to do a little bit of cheating. I'm going to console log the number here, the lucky number, so that we can guess the number. So in the case when I'm entering wrong number, let me enter wrong number, nothing happens. As soon as I enter the correct number 2, we are going to get an alert, you guess the correct number. So what we have done, we have made a function, and function is just a block of code that we can execute anytime anywhere, and for that we just have to call the function. And for now we are calling this function by passing it to the this particular event listener. And for that, what the function is doing, function is just grabbing the value of the user input from that particular field, and by using our conditional statement, we are checking if the number in submitted by the user is equals to our lucky number or not. If the number is not correct, then we are going to show alert, try again. Okay, let's try it again. So correct number is 9. This time I'm gonna input wrong number. Okay, try again. Again, try again. Okay, and this time I'm going to enter a correct number, and we are going to get, you have guessed the correct number. So we have just made a basic skeleton for our application just right now. And what we have to do, we have to just modify it to make more user intuitive. Like we are not going to show alert, instead of we are going to use this document query selector and basic query selector to modify the pages, our pages. Okay, okay, let me see the chat here. Mm, okay, my code wasn't visible in the starting. Okay, I have increased its size now. Why, sir, we are using hashtag for the button, whereas you dot for the, okay, okay. What's your name? Or Arun. So actually, to grab a element by its class name, class name, we use dot operator. Okay, dot. Look, here we have access that guess, and let's okay, if we have, this is the, here is the guess and its class name is guess. Okay, so we have grabbed this particular input field by its class name, so we used dot. But in the case of button, we are accessing that button by using its id, not class. Its class is btn, its id is check, and to access any element by its id, we have to use hash instead of dot. We can also access it by using dot operator. So what's its class? btn. Okay, so its name is btn. So we could have done this also, but for making understand you every possible scenario, I have used id here. So I have just we can it's going to work same as previous. Let me show you. It's going to work similarly. There's no difference. Okay, just I think I have misspelled the name again. Okay, is there anything else? Okay. Let me change its class name to check button class. Mm, btn and it's check. Okay, but so I have gave it a new class. So okay, by this also we can grab this, but the problem is by grabbing something by class name, we are going to get all like many of the element can have same class name. So but we need only a single element can have same id. So that's why I have gone for the id tag here instead of the class, because in the look here we have uh, two elements, this button and this button both have same class. So so I gave this particular button a new id check, and I grabbed that element by the id, not by the class, because in the case of class we are going to get a multiple tag elements, not a single element. That's why I used id here. And here's the simple function. Now what we have to do, let's try it. Whenever the user is going to enter a wrong number, we have to decrease the score, and the initial score is going to be 20. Okay, for that let's make a score variable. Okay, for the, we are going to change the score, so score is going to be 20 in the starting. Okay, and we have to somehow use this score variable inside this 20. Okay, here we want to use our score variable instead of this particular number, and for that again we are just going to grab that element from our document. So document dot query selector, and what is the class or id? Class is score. Okay, so we are going to grab that by class, and we are going to set its inner html to the score, and let me change the score to 30 for now. Now you can see we have just successfully used our score variable in our HTML page just by grabbing that element and making it equal to our variable. Okay. Now whenever the user is entering a wrong number, we need to decrease our score by one value. Okay. So if our lucky number is equals to the user input, we are going to show alert. But if else if the number is wrong, what we are going to do is score equals to score minus 1, or we could have just gone for score minus minus as a shorthand. So every time whenever user is going to click like enter a wrong number, we are going to decrease the score. Okay, so let me show you the console log for the score here, and let's us enter. So okay, guess I have mentioned made a simple typing mistake. Okay, it should be in the starting place. Okay, let me enter a wrong number, and our score is decreasing whenever I'm entering a wrong number. But can you see this particular 30 is not changing even if we have mentioned it that the value it's going to be score here, but our value is not changing. Why? Because whenever the value of a score is changing, we have to set the score once again. For that, just I'm going to set it here again. First I'm going to set the score equals to 30, and then I'm going to set that query select. By using the query selector, I'm going to insert this score variable inside my HTML page, and whenever the user is inserting a wrong number, I'm going to decrease the score, and again I'm going to set our score variable to exactly same place. So now you will see basically whenever I'm entering a wrong number, my score is decreasing. See, whenever I'm entering a wrong number, my score is decreasing. So this is how we perform basically operations by using if else and a basic function. Till now, we have just used the variables, a function, and if else statement. And only new thing we are using are document query selectors. And we have used nothing more than the query selector. By using the query selector, we are getting the value of any input, and we were able to change the content of our HTML using this particular inner HTML function basically. So document.query selector and select the element, and after dot just mention inner HTML and anything that you want to change. Okay, so now what we have to basically do, that whenever is a user is going to enter a wrong number, okay, here first thing that we are going to do is to decrease the number by 1. And I also wanted to show here in the start guessing place that the number is too low or too high. If the number is smaller than our real lucky number, then I'm going to show here that your number is too low. And if the number is greater than our lucky number, then I'm going to show here that your number is too high, so that it's little bit easy to complete the game. Otherwise it won't be possible to complete the game. So now after this, after changing the score variable, what we are going to check again, if we are going to use a condition statement again, that if the user input is smaller than our lucky number, then what we are going to do, that then we are going to change the content of start guessing. And what is the class of start getting? Message. So here we are going to grab that element by using document dot query selector, and the class is going to message, and we are going to show the message to low. And let me increase the font size. It's going to be a little bit messy because today's it's a real program, so it's going to be a little bit of the code is going to be of I think 100 or 200 lines, I think. So we have just if the user input is lesser than the lucky number, we are just showing that number is too low instead of start guessing by using a query selector dot message for the class selector. Because we are selecting that element by class, we are using dot here, and by using dot inner HTML, we have set it to too low. Let's try it again. Let me check what's the lucky number, and the lucky number is 11. So I'm going to enter 5, and let's see. Okay, so we got too low here. Again, if the number is too high, so let me enter number 15. So it's showing nothing. So now we have to make another condition to check for the bigger number also. For that, again I'm going to use if condition. If the user input is greater than our lucky number, then we have to show document dot query selector dot message dot inner element is too high. Okay, let's try it again. mm, Sir, what is BTN? Okay, BTN is the ID of that particular element. Okay, okay. So let's just check what's our lucky number. Its lucky number is 5. So let's just enter 6 here. So we got too high. Let me enter something smaller than this. Let me enter 2, and we got too low. So this is how we have implemented little bit of user interactivity, and this is the basic use of JavaScript to make a web application interactive. This is not possible just by using HTML or CSS. For these kind of functionalities, we have to go with the JavaScript. Now what we have to do, if our number is equal, I have to just change the text here to you win. Okay, so if our lucky number and the input are same, I have to go with doc dot query selector and we are going with dot message. Message is the class name for that particular this particular text. The class name is message, and dot inner html, and you guessed the correct number. Let's see. Let's first cheat that what the lucky number is. Lucky number is 3. Okay, so let's try with 0, and we got too low. Let's go with 5, and we got too high. Let's enter 3, and you have guessed the correct number. Okay, so we have successfully implemented the basic game till now. Now we have to make it more like more visually appealing. What we are going to do, if the number is correct, we are going to change whole screen style. So that is also a concept of today, that we can not only just change the content of our html page, we can also change the style of our html page. For that, let me comment everything. And to change the style of our html page or any element, just first grab that element by using the query selector, and you can go with anything like class or id. And for now I am just going with the message. So, and after grabbing, just use style, and style equals to, and in a string form you can just like start using our simple css. Okay, so I'm just going to change its color to red. Okay, so let's see. Our start casing is in of red color. So by the using javascript, we can also manipulate our styles. We can manipulate the style of our whole html body also. Just mention body, and whenever you are accessing any element by its tag name, don't go use dot or sharp here. Basically it's called sharp. This hash is called sharp. So just use the tag name. So just now I'm going to change the body dot style. I'm going to change the color of that whole body, and just let me use background color. And now I'm not so good with the css. Background color to white. Okay, now let's see. And here we have changed the background color of whole body to white. This is how we can change, modify the basic styling of our html page. Now we are going to use this knowledge to make our game little bit more interesting. Let me comment out everything. Now whenever the user is going to guess a correct number, we are going to change the body color to like green. Okay, so going with document dot query selector, and here we have to grab whole body. So we are not using dot or hash anything, and we are going to use here style. And you can also just do the dot background color here. This is also going to work, but I will prefer you to use whole css here, and we are going to change its color to green. And okay, let's see if it's working. And what's the lucky number? Let me, 15 is the lucky number. First let and enter a too low number, then going with a big number, and after that I'm going to enter 15. And see, as soon as I enter a correct number, our whole screen has turned into green. Let me choose a good green color. It's not so good. So for that I'm just going to visit a color palette website, and I think this green, no, this color is good. What now? Okay, so go here and mention the color code here. Okay, let's try again. 13 is the correct number, so let me just enter 13 here, and see our whole screen color had been changed whenever the user is entering a correct number. Now by this you can also just change anything, any style here. So if have user have entered a wrong number, we can just change the style of I think this question mark to red. I think or no, let's just go and change the color of this particular text. For that we are going to again choose a color. Let's choose a color. Okay, we are going with this color. And whenever the user is entering a wrong number, we are going to change the style of this particular tag. Okay, and also you don't have to select element again and again. That I'm going to show you. But right now I'm just gonna grab that again, and let's just grab that element by its class, and I'm going to just change its color to our selected color. Okay, and let's do this again for if the number is too high also. Okay, and let's see if it's working. Let me enter a wrong number. Okay, so we have changed its color to whatever color this is. Again, now let's look at our code. We have selected basically same element again and again. So for that we are going to use simple variable to store the value of that element, so that we don't have to select that element again and again. So now let us mm, select the element, and we are going to store it in our variable. So for that, let's store the message. Okay, so now instead of this whole line, I can just replace it with the message directly. I don't have to grab that element again and again. So that's the use of variable. Okay, and I think we can change it here also. Okay, so it's going to work as previously it was working. So let me enter 12 here, and we got too low. Let me enter 10 here. We got too low. Okay, let's try with 16. Okay, so 16 was the right answer, and I scored a score of 28. So it's working fine. We have like successfully styled our components, basically styled our HTML page, and we are also showing the proper outputs. And now next thing we want to do is, if the user have scored a correct number, then we have to make check if the high score is lesser than the user's current score. And if it is the case, then we are going to update the value of high score, so that we can make a functionality of the high score. I think every game has a functionality of the high score. So now we have to make another variable for the score. So let's make a variable high score, and let's start it with 0. And instead of this 0, we are going to use our 0. For that, let's grab that high score, and the here is the class name of that high score is high score. So just grab that particular element by using high score, and we are going to use our variable instead of our direct number. And for now nothing is going to be changed, but see, if I am just changing a value here, the value is here is changing. So we are using our variable instead of the default high score. Now whenever the user is winning, we have to check whether the previous high score is greater than the score or not, lesser than basically. So we have to go inside this whenever user is guessing the correct number. So here let me comment when the user gets the correct number, and let me change its color. Okay, so when the user guesses the correct number, everything here is going to be performed. And here, when the user guesses the wrong number, everything this is going to be executed, this basic part. And for that we have just used if and else statements. Now we have to check if the score is greater than high score. Then what we have to do, then we have to make our high score equals to the score. Okay, so we are going to make our high score equals to the score, and also we are going to display it on the screen. And for that we can just simply grab that element and set its inner value to our high score variable. Okay, now let's see if it's working. Hope so it's working. So let's go with 2. Too low, too low, going with 12, too low, I think number 16, too high, so it's 13, too low, 14. Okay, so here we have, see what happens. Our score is 25 and our high score is also 25. So it's working fine. If because previous high score was 0, now we have to somehow make again button. So whenever the user is going to click on the again, everything is going to be reset. Score is going to be 30 again. A new random number is going to be generated, and the only thing is going to be same is the high score, like the previous high score. For that, let's grab the this particular button. Okay, it's the same as that how we grabbed this particular button. And if you're getting confused, like like what are these like grabbing thing, and what is this going on? Look, we are just using simple variables, if and conditional functions. These are the things we are using. And to know more about these things, to make much more cooler projects, to know everything about JavaScript and complete web development, please do go get enrolled in a course, and you will find in the link in our chat, and you have to visit it, because it was just essential session, so that you get to know what actually things are, how web development actually works, and how these functionality works. But to learn everything, just visit the link and join, and please do get enroll in our course. We have everything from Python, machine learning, to web development, backend development, everything. It depends on your requirement, what you like, and you can join the course. And in the web development course, I will be your instructor, and I hope I will see you in my class. So moving on, what we have to do whenever the button again is clicked. um okay, here's the again is. So we have to run a function. Okay, and what this function is going to do, it's going to generate a new lucky number, and it's going to set score value to the default value 30, and it's also going to change the background color to the normal previous color. Okay, so let's make it again. So for that, let me give this button a id, and id is going to be again. Okay, I'm going with ID for now. You can go with the class name also, but a class name can give you multiple elements. So let's set another document listener, event listener basically, and for that we have to select query selector, and we are going with id. So hash an id of that button dot add event listener to set an event. An event is going to be click, and this time we can just write function in this place also directly. We don't have to always make a new function, but it's like cleaner to make another function. For now, just we are going to write the function here only. And the what function is going to do, it's going to generate a new lucky number. And how we are going to generate a new number? The same as we previously did. Only thing is changed, that we have to make it let. Okay, because we are changing the value. Previously it was const, so we are changing its value, so we have make it let. And we are going to generate a new number, and it's going to give us a new number. And then we are going to set the value of score to 20. Let me make it is also 20. Okay, 20. And then we are going to set, let's grab the score also. Let score uh, score element. Okay, let me name it element, and grab this by score, so that we don't have to like manually select that basically this particular element again and again by running this huge line of code. So we are just grabbing this element once and storing it into a variable, and then we can modify it anywhere in our code. And let me store the this also, like let's grab the high number, high score once again, and then just copy it and paste it here. Okay, so we have just grabbed. So here I'm just storing the elements that we have grabbed from the basically our web page to simple variables, so that we don't have to grab it again and again. We can use these variables instead of this particular line. And I have also grabbed the message here, so let me do some little bit of refactor, so that code is cleaner. Okay, now fine. So now we have to set a score element to dot inner html to score, so that our score is defaulted to 0. And what we have to do, again we have to change the background color to the previous gray color. So what was the previous gray color? Let me look for the gray color I used. Hmm. where this okay, 222. So 222, it was the color, so we are going to set the background color to 222, and I think it's good enough. Okay, and let us change the message to start guessing. Start guessing. Let's try if it's working. We have just wrote a lot of code without testing it again. So 2 too low, 5 too low, 6 too low. Okay, let's press. Let's again, no, let's first win this game. For that, just I'm going to cheat. uh, Lucky number is 10. Let me use the 10, and we have just won. And let me press this again button. So everything set back to defaults. And what is the thing that is not set to default? This. So we have somehow we have to make it 0 again. Okay, so this is the only thing that is left right now. And let me grab that element. And where is the element? Okay, let's store that also in a variable, so we don't have to guess it again and again. So guess. Okay, first, where is the guess? Okay, this is the guess. Element is equals to query selector dot guess. And now instead of this whole line, we can just go with a simple variable. So the code is going to look, and let's just grab the body also. Body equals to, okay, so we can use this variable instead of the whole line. Okay, and instead of high score, I can just use high score element. Okay, it's looking neater now and little bit less messy. And let's go with we have to change the guess element. Okay, guess element dot value to 0. So we have changed its value to 0. Let's try it again. Let me enter a number 4 and let's click it. Okay, so start guessing. Our number is this. And let me do, if our score is equals to 0, somehow the user missed every guess, then we have to change the screen to red and something like you have lost something. So after every input, we have to check if the score is equals to 0 or not. Okay, so after decreasing the number, what we have to do, we have to check if the score is 0 or not. Let me change this to the score element. Okay, now check if score is equals to 0 or not. If the score is equals to 0, then just write message dot inner html to you have lost. You have lost, try again. Okay, and let's change the body background to red color. Let's try it again. So let us see what's the correct number. Correct number is 3. So let us guess the number 1. 1 again. My score is decreasing, and as soon as it is 0, I just got a message. Where is the message? A screen color changed to red. So let's change it, this particular how lucky you are, okay, to something else. Where is the how lucky you are? Okay, id title change is let me grab the title, document dot query selector, and we are grabbing it by the id. That's why we are using hash or sharp. Okay, so let's try again. 2, and let me lose. Okay, so here you have lost the game. Try again. Let's pray again. So on the when I press on again, I also need to change is to how lucky you are again. So let so these are the thing, these are the edge cases that you have to look for when you are developing a product. Like you have to move a little bit step by step. On each step we are just realizing, okay, this is a thing we have to make. Okay, this is the thing we have to change. So these are the things you should always look for. And on whenever user is going to click on again, how lucky you are. Okay, so let me guess wrong for a lot of time, and I have lost. And how lucky you are, it's starting from the scratch. Okay, so let's us score a high score also. 19 is the guessing number. So let's try 2, 5, 7, 8, Okay, now 19. So we have guessed the correct number and the score is 15. Now let's press on the again. So score is 20 and let me guess a correct number so that we can check if it's working or not. The high score function is 19 is again the okay 19 and let me press. Okay, so 19 is not the correct number, too high. Okay, 19 is not okay. 14 too high. Let's go with 12. Oh my god, how okay, I am too unlucky. 3 is the correct number. Okay, 3 is the correct number and it's not changed to let me just do a little bit of cheating here again. Whenever we are going to press again, I'm just going to check what's the correct new lucky number. Okay, so let me refresh it again and let's see. Console 15 is the correct number, so let's 4 3. Okay, now this time enter a correct number. 17 is our high score again, and we are going to gain our console. New correct number is 14, so let's guess it 14, and we have set our new high score to 19. Okay, so we have made a complete game using just JavaScript, and this is how actually things works. And let's go with let's play it again. Okay, this time just get loose. Okay, so okay, so here you can see our score is also decreasing to the -1, and these are the edge cases that you have to look for, like make another if else condition. If the score is in like 0, don't decrease it further. And you can also add something like if the number is greater than 20 or greater than lesser than 0, then you can just give a output or please enter a valid input. So these are the things that you have to look for while doing this kind of stuff. Anyways, to join our complete course, please do visit our link, and here you will find everything related to JavaScript web development, and in this case, uh, anything related to every field. But you will also have to do something from your side. So I think my today's assignment is to you all you have to do is make some divisions on your screens, and after on clicking a button particular button, you have to change the color of that screen. Okay, so you can just use the text here. It's like red, blue, green, and when a person is going to click on a red color, then the division is going to be of red color. So you can also take the input from the user, so that would be a level 2. If you want to make, you can go with this. Just select like make a user to type some color here like red in this case, or give them some options, 5 to 4 color, and user is going to choose a color. And when user is going to click on the button, the whole background or the division color is going to be changed. So that is going to be your assignment, the final assignment. So, and let me check the sir, we will meet in full stack development. Okay, sure, Arun. I hope we will meet, and there I will gonna explain you everything on the JavaScript and basically full stack development from the front end to the back end part. Okay, so equal is a sign and a double equals to compare. Yes, you have. Okay. Priyanshu, I have told about this difference in my previous lecture, so please do go visit my previous lecture. So this is guys enough for today, and we have made a complete a product, basically a project using just the JavaScript. And I'm gonna post the like GitHub repo for this project if possible. Otherwise, you can just rewind the video and see what I have just told you. And please repeat the assignment. Okay, Himanshu, your assignment is to make a like just show the some okay, just let me give you uh, something so that let me design something for you. Okay, just give me a minute. If my net does okay, it's working. So I'm going to explain the assignment for you. Let's go with a new design. So here what you have to do is to make a web page, simple web page. Okay. And there you have to make something like this, and inside this change my color. Okay. And it's okay, though this is going to be a budget. Change my color and set its default color to anything. Then take input from the user. Take input from the user. Before that, just mention some of your default color here. Okay, like red, blue, green. So just do something like 18 or 24. 24 is too high. 48. So just mention like one is red, is for red, and two, let's reduce its size. Font is too high. Okay, so do something like this. Red is this. Okay, it's too difficult to use this. Okay, red. Just use 3 or 5 colors. Okay, two green, and similarly three some color like blue, and fourth is going to be like what's your favorite color? Let's go with yellow. Okay, so user is going to choose a number by entering the number in the input field. So this is going to be your input field, and you have to make a number button here, and when the user is going to press the button, so this is going to be your button, change color, and let's change the color of this particular division to something lighter. Let's go with this, and let me increase this. Okay, so whenever the user is going to click on this change color button, the color of this division, the change my color, is going to change. Okay, so this is a assignment, and I hope you are going to make this. Okay, so this is enough for today. And where could I found the source code? I will like share the repo. I'm going to share this code on the GitHub, and I'm going to share the link of that repo in the community link. You can check it there. And again, I hope I will see you in my full course. And please get enrolled in any of the course of your liking. For that, just visit our website. You will find everything there. And like from machine learning to web development, from data science to backend development, everything you will find there. So, and okay, so this is enough for my side. I have a nice day. I hope I see you again. Bye bye.